Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. My name is Kitty Pahal. We're starting this edition with a top focus. The Opposition India bloc protested the budget today, both outside and inside the parliament, with many parties calling it discriminatory against non-BJP ruled states and partial towards Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. Well, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman hit back at the opposition, calling these allegations outrageous. The Finance Minister said that it wasn't possible to mention every state in her speech. Well, in Rajya Sabha, P. Chidambaram led the charge, while in Lok Sabha, TMC's Abhishek Banerjee hit out over the alleged betrayal in the budget. Listen in.
The Honourable Finance Minister said, I have given relief. Who has she given relief to? I don't grudge the relief. She has given relief. You have given relief to people who moved to the new tax regime. The new tax regime, I've seen various calculations. Each paper has got a calculation. I have a chartered accountant who's given me a calculation from Gujarat, and he is very knowledgeable. He says that the relief given is between 9,651 rupees to 17,651 rupees. To whom? To this 2 to 3 crore people. I have 5 demands. First demand. We demand that a minimum wage of 400 rupees per day for every kind of employment. 2, we demand a legally guaranteed MSP. 3, we demand a write-off of the unpaid balance of interest or installment of educational loans given up to March 2024. 4, we demand the abolition, complete abolition of the Agnipath Agniveer scheme. And 5, we demand that NEET be scrapped, and if some states want to keep NEET, except all other states which don't want NEET.
जो कल बजट पेश हुआ, उस बजट में किसी स्टेट को कुछ नहीं मिला और सबके थाली खाली है और 2 के थाली में पकोड़ा और ये अपना जिलेबी, ये 2 छोड़ के किसी को नहीं मिला कुछ। ना तमिलनाडु को मिला, ना केरला को मिला, ना कर्नाटक को मिला, ना महाराष्ट्र को मिला, ना पंजाब, ना हरियाणा, ना राजस्थान, ना छत्तीसगढ़, ना किसी स्टेट को कुछ नहीं, दिल्ली को नहीं दिया।
बजट का बी पे बोला बिट्रेयल, अब यू पे आता हूं। सर, यू स्टैंड फॉर अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। Unemployment rate in our country rose to an 8-month high of 9.2% in June 2024. The young people of this country, the young India, doesn't want to listen to your rhetoric, doesn't want to listen to your empty promises, doesn't want to listen to your 90-minute long budget speeches. They want jobs, J-O-B-S. So now I come to D. Deprive, like the honorable member has deprived his wife. Yes. So D for deprive.
Congress party's commitment to Andhra Pradesh. It says we will give a special category status to Andhra Pradesh as promised in 2014. No other state finds a mention in entire Congress party manifesto except the state of Andhra Pradesh. Apart from this, there are 2 UTs which are mentioned, but no other state finds a mention because Andhra Pradesh certainly needs a special assistance because of the ravages of division, bifurcation, and Congress party's neglect of Andhra Pradesh despite coming to power for 10 years from 2004 to 14 only because of the support from Andhra Pradesh. I think Congress party betrayed people of Andhra Pradesh.
Just to the point that he raised, that I have not named many states and probably spoke about only 2 states. There are a few points which I have to table here with your permission, voice here with your permission, as to what happens in a speech. Congress party has been in power for a very long time in this country. They presented so many different budgets, and they would know clearly that in every budget, you don't get an opportunity to name every state of this country.
Well, amid this face-off over the union budget, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin today cautioned Prime Minister Modi, saying that he will be isolated if he continues to target his rivals rather than focusing on governance. Well, M.K. Stalin posted on X saying that the election is over, now we have to think about the country. Budget 2024 will save your rule, but it will not save the nation. Run the government objectively, otherwise you will be isolated. All right, we'll get you more on the developments there. Meanwhile, some more news that we're tracking at this point in time. Farmers pushing the government to revamp the MSP policy met Congress MP Rahul Gandhi today morning inside the Parliament complex. Rahul Gandhi, who is also the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, met the delegation of 12 farmer leaders from Punjab, Haryana, UP, Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, and has vowed to push for MSP legal guarantees in the House.
हमारे मैनिफेस्टो में एमएसपी विद लीगल गारंटी लिखा है। हमने पूरा उसका असेसमेंट किया है, वो किया जा सकता है। अभी मीटिंग में हमने ये डिसाइड किया कि जो इंडिया गठबंधन के बाकी लीडर्स हैं उनसे हम ये डिस्कशन करेंगे और फिर सरकार पर दबाव डालने की कोशिश करेंगे कि लीगल गारंटी, एमएसपी लीगल गारंटी हिंदुस्तान के किसानों को मिले।
Well, now shifting our focus to the news from Nepal. After a domestic plane with 19 people on board burst into flames as it skidded off the runway, bodies of 18 out of the 19 people on board the Kathmandu flight were recovered. The pilot has been the only survivor and is in hospital at the moment. The Saurya Airlines plane was heading from Kathmandu to the resort town of Pokhara when this crash took place.
A Saurya Airlines plane nosedived into the runway seconds after takeoff at the Tribhuvan airport in Nepal. There were 19 people on board, including the crew. All, except the pilot, have died.
अब 15 जना 15 3 18 जना को बडीहरु लगिसकेका छ। एकजना केएमसी मा उपचाररत हुनुहुन्छ भन्ने हामीलाई खबर अहिले त्यो अवस्था छ। यसपछि फर्दर के हुन्छ अहिले स्टिल हामी हेर्दै छौं।
The only survivor, the pilot, was pulled out of the smoking wreckage and taken to hospital. Eyewitnesses say the plane hit a container and this prevented it from entering the residential area outside the airport.
बिहान सुन्ने भन्दा नि हामीले प्रत्यक्षको लाइभै देखेको हो। जस्तै हामी यहाँनिर बसिरहेको थियौं काम गरेर, त्यहाँनिर चाहिँ एउटा आवाज आयो। हामीले के सोचे भने एउटा के ठोकेको होला, टायर पड्क्यो होला भन्ने हामीले त्यो फिल गर्यौं। अनि फेरि एकछिनपछि आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ प्लेन ग्रस्त भएको रहेछ भने मतलब त्यो कन्टेनर एउटा माथिपट्टि थियो। कन्टेनरमा भएको भएदेखि त सायद यो हामी बस्ने ठाउँमै आएर ब्लास्ट हुन्थ्यो होला। त्यो कन्टेनरले हामीलाई बचायो।
मैले थाहा पाउँदाखेरि पहिलो ड्याङ्ग गर्यो, यहाँ माथि डिलमा कन्टेनर लागेछ। त्यहाँबाट पछि यहाँ भित्तामा आएपछि अर्कोपल्ट नि डङ्ग गर्यो अनि आगो बल्यो।
Nepal has been criticized for a poor air safety record. And nearly 350 people have died in plane or helicopter crashes in the Himalayan country since the year 2000. Bureau Report, NDTV.
All right, now some more news. 2 soldiers died in Jammu Kashmir within a span of 24 hours. Today, a soldier was killed in a gunfight with terrorists during an anti-terrorist operation by the Indian Army in Kupwara. The soldier, who was a non-commissioner officer, was severely injured during the encounter and died of injuries later. The army said a terrorist was also gunned down during the encounter. It's the second such encounter within 24 hours in Kashmir. On Tuesday, a soldier was killed in action while the army thwarted an infiltration bid in Poonch district near the line of control. Well, we are shifting our focus now to some more news that is coming in from Himachal Pradesh. Now, the Himachal Pradesh High Court has issued a notice to BJP MP Kangana Ranaut, elected from the Mandi Lok Sabha seat, regarding a petition that challenged her election. The court has directed the respondent Kangana Ranaut to respond to the petition by August 21st. Well, the court issued the order after a prelim hearing of the election petition filed by a resident of Kinnaur district and an independent candidate from Mandi Lok Sabha, Ilyak Ram Negi. Well, that is the latest coming in. We'll try and get more details about this. My colleague Gurpreet will also be joining us on the broadcast in just a bit. Meanwhile, that is the latest coming in at this point in time. The High Court has issued a notice to BJP MP Kangana Ranaut regarding the petition that has been filed challenging her election. Well, Kangana Ranaut will have to reply to the court order, this petition that has been filed against her by August 21st. We are learning this petition has been filed by one of the independent candidates from Mandi Lok Sabha seat, Ilyak Ram Negi. Well, that is the latest coming in at this point in time. We'll try and get more details in just a bit. Well, in some more news now, the BJP announced a night-long protest to demand a discussion on the alleged Mysore Urban Development Authority scam. BJP members entered the well of the House insisting on a thorough investigation into the alleged scam. NDA partners both BJP and JDS launched an overnight stir at the Legislative Assembly and the Legislative Council seeking discussion on Muda, the alleged Muda scam. The coalition partners have alleged that Chief Minister Siddaramaia's wife Parvati had illegally benefited from the scam. Speaking to the media, BJP Karnataka President B.Y. Vijendra said, "We will not allow injustice towards Dalits," and party MLAs and MLCs are holding a night-long sit-in at the Legislative Assembly and Council to press for a discussion on the issue during the ongoing session.
What is your objective with respect to this overnight protest?
See, this is one of the biggest scandal Karnataka has seen. There's a 4,000 crores land scam, and there's Mr. Siddaramaiah and his wife, their family, is a direct beneficiary of this scam. There are the records, there are documents to show that Siddaramaiah and his wife is involved. So we as citizens of the state, we as a representative of the people, we are demanding a discussion on this. But Speaker is influenced by Congress, so he is refusing to allow us to have any discussion. Today the leader of the opposition wanted to, he gave a notice to explain the matter, why the discussion is required. Even that notice was not accepted by the
But
Speaker.
do you think that an overnight protest like this will change the equation with the ruling party, where they would now accept it and say that we are going to discuss the Muda allegations?
No, that might not happen. But the thing is, we would like to bring it to the notice of the people through this protest. The people take notice of these things, and the issue will be widely discussed in the TV and in the media and amongst the people. The idea is to expose the culprits. The culprit here is Mr. Siddaramaiah and his family.
Why are you protesting over here? आपका मुद्दा क्या है आज?
हमारा मुद्दा है, कांग्रेस सरकार 3 से 4 हज़ार का मुड़ा घोटाला किया है, सभी नेशनल टीवी में आया है, सब हमारे राज्य के टीवी में आया है, इसलिए हमने आज स्पीकर को हमने इसके बारे में चर्चा करने के लिए अनुमति मांगी। स्पीकर ने चर्चा करने का अनुमति नहीं दिया और उन्होंने तरातुर में हम लोग बिल पढ़ना चाहिए, विदाउट हमारे नॉलेज में बिल पास करते गया। इसीलिए हमारी पार्टी ने, हमारे लीडर ने, हम लोग ने तय किया है कि कर्नाटक के 6 कोटी जनता का पैसा है, ये जनता का पैसा के लिए हम लोग चर्चा करने रेडी है। जब तक आप चर्चा करने को नहीं देंगे तब तक हम और धरना करेंगे।
लेकिन आपको नहीं लगता कि ये ओवरनाइट प्रोटेस्ट जो आप करने वाले हैं, इसकी वजह से क्या बदलाव लाएंगे? क्या आपको लगता है कि ये एलिगेशंस की बात आप जो कर रहे हैं मुडा स्कैम के बारे में, क्या इस सब की इंक्वायरी हो के सब कुछ रूलिंग पार्टी ये एक्सेप्ट करते हुए आएगी?
नहीं, हम लोग का क्या उनको निवेदन है, स्पीकर को हमने क्या बोला है, इस पे जो पेपर में, टीवी में, जनता में चर्चा हो रहा है, ये चर्चा हमारा राइट्स है। ये चर्चा असेंबली में हो, असेंबली में चर्चा हो, उसका रिप्लाई हमारे सीएम जी दे, हमारे कांग्रेस की पार्टी दे।
All right, we have more news now coming in. Heavy rain led to waterlogging in Delhi this week, and a tragic turn of events. A 26-year-old civil service aspirant died by electrocution. This after heavy rains in central Delhi's Patel Nagar area. Now the BJP has targeted the Aam Aadmi Party government over the civic mess in the capital and said that they are responsible for the death of the young boy. Take a look at this report.
Sudden rains, 27 millimeters in 24 hours as per the Met Department, this morning in Delhi brought chaos to the capital streets. Long traffic jams continued well into the morning peak hour. Sanitation workers struggled to clear the choked drains. Delhi's civic mess combined with the heavy rain has already claimed a life. 26-year-old Nilesh Rai, a UPSC aspirant, was electrocuted in West Delhi's Patel Nagar. I'm standing right now at the spot where a civil service aspirant who goes by the name of Nilesh Rai was electrocuted to death at this very spot in Patel Nagar. This is near Patel Nagar metro station. The iron gate carried electric currents. As you can see, there are also electric poles here with loose wiring, which is what carried the electric current into the iron gate.
Actually, there's a lot of noise was happening. Right? Many cars were gathered there. Police was also here. Even the police is trying to rescue that person. But even we also want to be rescued. But everybody was fearing down because water was here.
The Met Department has issued a yellow alert across Delhi for the next 2 days, which means heavy rainfall is expected between 6 centimeters and 11 centimeters. The Delhi Traffic Police has also issued advisories. The rain also left roads in many areas like Sabhapur and Bhajanpura in northeast Delhi totally broken.
You can see it is in a very bad shape. The muddy lanes, people are not being able to walk properly. There are little kids who visit the schools in the neighboring area, and it can pose a major health hazard because it remains uncleaned. There is waste disposal right here, but it's complete mismanagement.
With camera person Arun Negi, this is Tanushka Datta and Shreya Ghosh for NDTV.
All right, with that, we are slipping into a short break here. More news and updates will continue on the other side. Welcome back after the break. US Vice President Kamala Harris attacked Donald Trump at her first campaign rally since replacing President Joe Biden as the Democratic presidential candidate, while an opinion poll showed her taking a marginal lead over her Republican rival. In a 17-minute speech, Harris aggressively went after Trump's vulnerabilities, comparing her background as a former prosecutor to his record as a convicted felon, and said that we are not going back to the chaotic Trump years. Well, now, more information. As per an opinion poll, Vice President Kamala Harris opened up a marginal 2 percentage point lead over Republican Donald Trump. Kamala Harris leads Donald Trump 44% to 42%. The poll was conducted on Monday and Tuesday, and the difference is within 3 percentage point margin of error. Harris and Trump were tied at 44% in July 15-16 poll.
Donald Trump was just found guilty of fraud on 34 counts. But let's also make no mistake, this campaign is not just about us versus Donald Trump. This campaign is about who we fight for. This is about who we fight for. Just look at how we are running our campaigns. So Donald Trump is relying on support from billionaires and big corporations. And he is trading access in exchange for campaign contributions. America has tried these failed economic policies before, but we are not going back. are not going back. Not going back. We're not going back. We are not going back. We're not going back.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the developments there and get you more. Meanwhile, it's time for a short break. Here, more news and updates on the other side. Stay tuned.